Ever get this like totally weird feeling that maybe, just maybe, we don't have as much control over our own lives as we think?
I know what you mean. It's a pretty unsettling thought.
Well, get ready to go even deeper down that rabbit hole, because today we're looking at this excerpt, right? And it asks this super freaky question. What if we're basically puppets and we just don't realize the strings are being pulled?
Yeah, this excerpt doesn't mess around. It dives right into this crazy example of, get this, a zombie fungus.
Okay, so zombie fungus. I gotta hear more about this.
So picture this. This fungus infects a cockroach, but it doesn't just kill it. It takes over its entire nervous system, turns the poor cockroach into like its own personal zombie.
Ugh, that's both fascinating and completely horrifying.
Right. But here's where it gets even more mind-blowing. The excerpt uses this whole fungus zombie thing to question free will. Like, how much control do any of us really have?
Okay, I gotta ask, are we jumping into, like, simulation theory territory here? Because this is starting to sound a little Matrix-y, you know?
Hold your horses. It's not necessarily about being trapped in a computer program, but it does make you think about how our senses work.
Okay, I'm listening.
We experience the world through our senses, right? But what if something else was messing with those senses, feeding us info, or even straight up manipulating our perceptions?
Whoa, like some kind of external entity messing with our heads.
Exactly. This excerpt makes you question, like, how much of what we perceive as reality is actually just our senses being tricked?
That's seriously trippy. But hold on, back up to the fungus for a sec. Does the fungus actually experience anything while it's, like, puppeteering this cockroach?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It forces us to define consciousness. Can we even begin to imagine what it's like to be a fungus, let alone understand its experience?
Right, because it's not like a fungus can, like, write a blog post about its day controlling a cockroach, right?
Exactly. The excerpt even mentions this strange satisfaction the fungus might get. But that's making a huge assumption about something we can barely comprehend.
So we're questioning if something else is driving the bus, but we also have to figure out what it means to be conscious in the first place.
Totally. And the implications, they get really real, really fast.
No kidding. If some random fungus can hijack a cockroach, what's stopping something else from hijacking us? I mean, what does free will even mean if our thoughts and actions are being influenced by something we don't understand?
And that, my friend, is the core of this whole mind-bending journey. What does it mean to be human in the face of this kind of uncertainty?
And if something as seemingly insignificant as a fungus can pull off something this wild, what else is lurking out there in the vastness of the universe, right?
It really puts things in perspective, makes you realize how much we don't know. And that, in itself, is a pretty exciting thought.
So maybe the takeaway here isn't to freak out, but to, like, stay open to the possibilities, even if they seem totally out there.
Exactly. Keep asking those big, weird questions. You never know where they might lead.